Once it was announced the Washington-Pyongyang summit will be held on June 12th in Singapore, South Korea responded by wishing for the event's success. Plus, Seoul's top office did not rule out the possibility of a three-way summit. Our chief Cheongwadae correspondent Moon Connyoung has our top story.
South Korea's presidential Blue House immediately welcomed the announcement of a historic first-ever summit between a sitting U.S. president and leader of North Korea on June 12th in Singapore.
We hope the meeting between the two leaders would lead to the dismantlement of the last remnants of the Cold War. The dismantlement of the division structure, we anticipate the gate to peace and prosperity to open widely on the Korean Peninsula. We hope for your success.
But the South Korean president had already been given heads up on the summit location and a rough date at least a week in advance. A Blue House official involved in the process told Arirang TV that it was President Moon's national security advisor, Cheongwadae, who first learned of the information on the North Korea-U.S. summit when he visited Washington to meet his counterpart John Bolton last week. As for the hotly debated location of the landmark summit, the official did acknowledge that Seoul has suggested the border truce village of Panmunjom as a possible venue, and up until U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Pyongyang earlier this week, both Koreas had been pressing for talks at the DMZ and were encouraged by Trump's public endorsement of holding them there. Now, when asked by reporters whether President Moon has stressed the importance of a three-way summit between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, U.S. President Donald Trump, and himself during his phone conversation with Mr. Trump, the Blue House official gave an answer in the affirmative but said it was inappropriate for him to share Mr. Trump's response, only saying the U.S. leader did show interest in the trilateral summit. But the focus now should be on the North Korea-U.S. summit, and all else will depend on the outcome of that summit.
So basically, no option has been ruled out, as clearly evidenced by the latest series of diplomatic events involving the Korean Peninsula. Things that have been never imaginable are developing before our very own eyes, which is the very reason why many here at South Korea's top office say all the more rise on the South Korea-U.S. summit slated for the 22nd of this month, where various issues will be discussed, including a four-party declaration of formally ending the Korean War. Now, the four being the two Koreas, the U.S. and China. Moon Connyoung, Arirang News, the Blue House.